Pharmacy Act 1948. In order to regulate the practice of pharmacy in India, the Pharmacy Act was passed in 1948. The Act has been divided into 5 chapters and 46 sections. The learning objectives of the Act are to understand the objectives of Pharmacy Act 1948, to define the different terms related to the Act, to describe Pharmacy Council of India, State Pharmacy Council and Joint State Pharmacy Council, to state the functions of Pharmacy Council of India and State Pharmacy Council, and to explain the terms education and regulation and first register. The primary aim of pharmacy is to safeguard the public health by making available the right medicaments. Hence, pharmacists should have thorough knowledge of the medicaments. The objectives of this act are to provide uniform education and the training to the persons who are willing to enter into the profession of pharmacy, and to regulate the profession of pharmacy by registration of pharmacists in every state and maintaining records thereof. To achieve these objects, the Act provides for the constitution of Pharmacy Council of India, means Central Council, and State Pharmacy Council. Some important definitions from the chapter. Central Council means the Pharmacy Council of India, which is situated in New Delhi. Central Register, it is the register of pharmacists maintained by the Central Council. Registered pharmacist, a person whose name for the time being is entered in the register of pharmacists of the state in which he is for the time being residing or carrying on his profession or business of pharmacy. This means at the present time the name of that person is available in the register of pharmacists of that state in which he is in profession of pharmacy or business of pharmacy. His name is entered in that state register and he is presently residing in that state. Displaced person, the definition is in 2 parts. The first part, a person who on account of the setting up of the dominions of India and Pakistan, or on account of the civil disturbances or the fear of such disturbances in area now forming part of Pakistan, has on or after the first day of March 1947 left or has been displaced from his place of residence in such area, and who has since then been residing in India. This means at the time of separation of India and Pakistan, due to separation or due to civil disturbances. Civil disturbance means act of violence or fighting between two different groups of peoples. That person has left the area of residence on or after 1st March of 1947, which is now part of Pakistan, and now he is residing in India. भारत आणि पाकिस्तानच्या फाळणीमुळे किंवा तिथे चालू असणाऱ्या दंगलीमुळे किंवा दंगलीच्या भीतीने एखाद्या व्यक्तीने तिचे राहण्याचे ठिकाण 1 मार्च 1947 किंवा त्यानंतर सोडले आहे, किंवा त्या व्यक्तीला ते ठिकाण सोडावे लागले जे आता पाकिस्तानचे ठिकाण समजले जाते, आणि तेव्हापासून ती व्यक्ती इंडियामध्ये राहत आहे. बी पार्ट, any person who on account of civil disturbances or the fear of such disturbances in any area now forming part of Bangladesh, has after 14th day of April 1957, but before the 25th day of March 1971, left or has been displaced from his place of residence in such area, and who has since then been residing in India. The second part is just somewhat same like the first part. Here the person is related with the Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, because of the civil disturbances or the fear of disturbances, that person have left the place of his residence from Bangladesh after 14th April 1957, but before 25th March 1971. Now that person is living or residing in India. बांगलादेशमध्ये राहत असलेल्या एखाद्या व्यक्तीने 14 एप्रिल 1957 नंतर पण 25 मार्च 1971 पूर्वी तिथे चालू असणाऱ्या दंगलीमुळे किंवा दंगलीच्या भीतीमुळे तो भाग सोडला आहे, जो त्या व्यक्तीचा राहण्याचा भाग होता, आणि ती व्यक्ती तेव्हापासून इंडियामध्ये राहत आहे. डॉमिनियन्सचा अर्थ होतो लँड ऑफ गव्हर्मेंट, आणि सिव्हिल डिस्टर्बन्सेस म्हणजे मीन्स ऑफ व्हायलन्स ऑर फायटिंग बिटवीन डिफरंट ग्रुप्स. डिस्प्लेस पर्सनचा मराठीत अर्थ होतो विस्थापित किंवा निर्वासित व्यक्ती. Repatriate. Any person of Indian origin who, on account of civil disturbances in any area now forming part of Burma, Sri Lanka, or Uganda, or any other country, has after the 14th day of April 1957 left or has been displaced from his place of residence in such area, and who has since then been residing in India. That means any person of Indian civilization, Indian origin means Indian civilization, who was living in Burma, Sri Lanka, or Uganda, or any other country, but left or has been displaced from that country, and since then that person is living in India. The country is left because of the civil disturbances or because of the fear of civil disturbances. Repatriate in short means a person who is sent back to his own country. एखाद्या व्यक्तीला त्याच्या मूळ देशात परत पाठविले जाणे. Pharmacy Council of India members. The Pharmacy Council of India was first constituted by central government in 1949. It is reconstituted after every 5 years and consists of 3 types of the members. Elected members are those members who come through voting process. Nominated members are the persons who are proposed for the membership, and ex officio members are the persons who hold a position in that office just because they hold any other reputed post in any other office. They are not needed to go through the voting process. The elected members are 6 members amongst the persons on the teaching staff of an Indian teaching staff of any Indian university or college. The teacher may be of the subject pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacy, pharmacology, and pharmacognosy, elected by University Grants Commission from amongst the persons on the teaching staff of an Indian university or a college affiliated thereto, which grants degree or diploma in pharmacy. 1 member elected by the members of the Medical Council of India, and one member from each state elected by the state members of each council of state amongst the persons who are registered pharmacists. Nominated members: 6 members nominated by the central government, of whom at least 4 shall be possessing degree or diploma in pharmacy and practicing pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry. 1 member from each state nominated by state government, who shall be a registered pharmacist. 1 representative of University Grants Commission and All India Council for Technical Education. Ex officio members: Director General of Health Services, Drug Controller of India, and Director of Central Drug Laboratory. Functions of Pharmacy Council of India. The main functions of Pharmacy Council or Central Council are to prescribe the minimum standard of education required for qualification as a pharmacist. This can be provided by making the rules as education regulations which prescribe minimum qualification for admission, duration of the course, details of syllabus, practical training and examinations, minimum facilities required for conduct of course and examination and practical training. Next function is to regulate the minimum educational standards. For this purpose, Council appoints inspectors to inspect the institution and decides whether the institute should be recognized or not. PCI is not only providing the educational standards but also checking whether the institutes are following these standards or not. The third function is to recognize qualification granted outside the territories to which Pharmacy Act 1948 extends for the purpose of qualifying for registration under the said Act. This means if any person have taken qualification from any foreign country and if he want to do practice in India, then to check whether his qualification is valid in India or not, because Pharmacy Act 1948 is extended in Indian territories only. Next function is to compile and maintain a central register for pharmacists containing names of all persons for the time being entered in the state register. Pharmacy Council is maintaining a register of pharmacists in which names of all pharmacists from all states of India are included. And the last function is any other function that may be assigned to the Central Council in the furtherance of the objectives of the Pharmacy Act 1948. Means from time to time another functions may also be assigned to Pharmacy Council of India. Education regulations. Pharmacy Council of India, after approval of the central government, make regulations prescribing minimum standard of education required for qualification as a pharmacist, called as education regulations. Education regulations prescribe minimum qualification for admission to the course. Means for suppose for diploma in pharmacy, what must be the minimum qualification? Nature and period of the course of study. Nature and period of practical training to be undertaken after the completion of the regular course. That is not less than 500 hours covered in a minimum of 3 months in an institution, hospital, pharmacy or dispensary recognized by Central Council. The subjects of examination and the standard attained therein means which subjects will be there and the standards of the subject. The equipment and facilities to be provided by the institution for the students undergoing approved course of studies. Which equipments must be available in that institution and which facilities are provided, that is also decided in the education regulations. Conditions to be fulfilled by institutions giving practical training and conditions to be fulfilled by authorities holding approved examination. Next topic is approval of institutions or authorities providing courses of study and examination. There are total 4 points: application by institution, inspection, approval and declaration. Application by institution or authority. An institution or authority which conducts course of study or holds an exam for the pharmacist has to apply to the Central Council for approval of the course or examination. Inspection. The Central Council, after receiving such applications, deputes its inspectors to visit the institution and ascertain whether the institution has the prescribed facilities for imparting training or holding examination according to the education regulation or not. Inspector may also attend any examination to judge the standard of the institution. The inspector then report to the council regarding the facilities available at that institution. Approval. On the reports of inspector, if council is satisfied that the course of or examination is confirmed according to the education regulation, it may accord approval to it, and the said course of examination shall be deemed to be approved for qualifying for registration as a pharmacist under this act. Declaration. Declaration of approval made by resolutions is passed at a meeting of the Central Council and is published in official gazette. The members of State Pharmacy Council. Here also there are elected members, nominated members and ex officio members. Elected members. 6 members elected amongst themselves by registered pharmacist of that state. 1 member elected by members of Medical Council of State amongst themselves. Nominated members. 5 members nominated by state government, of whom at least 3 shall be persons possessing degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or be a registered pharmacist. Ex officio members. These are Chief Administrative Medical Officer of the state, the officer in charge of Drug Control Organization of the state appointed under D&C Act 1940 and government analyst appointed under D&C Act 1940. If there are more than one such analyst, one may be nominated by the government. The members of Joint State Pharmacy Council. Elected members. 3 to 5 members elected amongst the registered pharmacist of each participating state. 1 member elected by the member of each medical council from amongst themselves of each participating state. Nominated members. 2 to 4 members nominated by each state government, of whom half should be possessing degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or B, a registered pharmacist. And regarding the ex officio members, chief administrative medical officer of each participating state, the officer in charge of drug control organization of each participating state under D&C Act 1940, and government analyst appointed under D&C Act 1940 of each participating state. Pharmacy Act is providing for constitution of such State Pharmacy Council and Joint State Pharmacy Council. Section 20 of Chapter 3 of the Pharmacy Act is providing for constitution of Joint State Pharmacy Council. Under this, two or more than two states may be having a single council. Functions of State Pharmacy Council. The functions performed by State Pharmacy Council are preparation and maintenance of register and entry and removal of names from register. Regarding the preparation and maintenance of register, the Pharmacy Act 1948 provides for registration of pharmacists in all the states of India. The State Council has to maintain the register of pharmacists. About the entry and removal of names from the register, once the State Pharmacy Council has been constituted, the Registrar of State Pharmacy Council accepts the applications of registration, and after this he may direct his or her name to be entered in the register. Upon entry of the name of a person in the register, the registrar is required to issue a certificate of registration in prescribed format. Powers and duties of inspector appointed by State Pharmacy Council. An inspector may inspect any premises where drugs are compounded and dispensed. Means at any time the inspector can visit the place where the drugs are compounded and dispensed, and he may examine that place. Second function is inquire whether a person who is engaged in compounding or dispensing of drugs is a registered pharmacist or not. He may make inquiry of any person. The third function is investigate any complaint made in writing in respect of any contravention of the Act. If any person is contravening the Act, then he may investigate the complaint against him. Next function is institute prosecution under the order of the Executive Committee of the State Council. If any person have contravened the Act, he may institute prosecution. Institute prosecution म्हणजे खटला दाखल करणे. And the last function is exercise such other powers as may be necessary to give effect to the provisions of the Act. Means from time to time another functions may also be given to the inspector, and it is his duty to perform the functions. Preparation of the first register. The Pharmacy Act 1948 under Chapter 4 provides for the registration of pharmacies in all states in India. As soon as this chapter has taken effect, the first register of pharmacists was prepared. The first register was then handed over to the State Council when the State Council was constituted. The register shall include the particulars like the full name and residential address of the registered person, the date of his first entry in the register, his qualification, his professional address, and another particulars. Regarding the preparation of the first register, the stages are registration tribunal, application, scrutiny, appeal, and certificate. Registration tribunal. For the preparation of first register, state government by notification in official gazette constitute a registration tribunal, means a group consisting of 3 persons, and also appoint a registrar. Application. The state government by notification specify a date before which application for registration accompanied with specific fee are made to the registration tribunal. Means any person who want to apply may make application before the due date. Scrutiny. Scrutiny means inspection and examination. The registration tribunal examines every application received before the specified date, and if he is satisfied that the applicant is qualified for registration, he may direct his name into the register. Appeal. The aggrieved persons means those persons whose applications were not accepted may appeal within 60 days of publication of the first register. Appeal means to make application again for review, and this application must be made within 60 days of publication of the first register. Certificate. The registration certificate in prescribed pro forma are issued to the persons whose names are entered in the register. The name of the pharmacist may be removed from the register under certain circumstances. Qualification for entry of a name on first register. The person whose name is to be entered in the first register should possess qualifications as given here: a degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or chemist or druggist diploma of an Indian university or state government. He should have passed examination recognized as adequate by the state government for compounders and dispensers, and he should have not less than 5 years experience of compounding and dispensing in a hospital or dispensary. Offences and penalties of the Pharmacy Act. There are 4 offences and penalties. First, falsely claiming to be a registered pharmacist. Any person whose name is not entered in the register falsely claims to be registered a pharmacist. In that case, that is an offense. He may be falsely claiming as a registered pharmacist, or may be using in connection with his name any words or letters to suggest that his name is entered in the register. He is punishable with fine up to ₹500 on first conviction, and with imprisonment up to 6 months, or fine up to ₹1,000, or both on any subsequent conviction. The use of the description such as pharmacist, chemist, druggist, dispenser, dispensing chemist indicates that his name is entered in the register of a state. Second offense is dispensing by unregistered person. The person other than registered pharmacist dispensing any medicine for patient is liable for punishment with imprisonment up to 6 months, or with fine up to ₹1,000, or with both. This means only the registered pharmacist can dispense the medicines according to the prescription of the registered medical practitioner. The third offense is failure to surrender certificate of registration. Failure to surrender means that person is unable to present the certificate of registration. that person is punishable with fine up to rupees 50. The fourth offense is obstructing state pharmacy council inspectors. Obstructing means he may be interfering the work of the inspectors. He is punishable with the imprisonment up to 6 months or fine up to rupees 1000 or both. So the conclusion of this chapter is that the Pharmacy Act provided the profession of pharmacy in India with a framework. It regulated and raised the status of the profession of the pharmacy in the country. Education imparted to individuals willing to enter into profession was standardized and made uniform. And Pharmacy Act helped the government to achieve a certain level of control of the professionals engaged in this field.